Good morning. So I'm going to be doing an all signs career reading. So I'm going to pick a card for each sign. We are going to start at, what month is this? January. I think we're going into Aquarius season. So I'm going to start off with the Aquariuses. We're just going to pull one card. This is out of the Thoth deck. I hope I said that right. I'm really not sure. Thoth. Anyway, so we're going to start off with Aquarius. Let's see what's going on here. Aquarius is career and finance for January 2021 to February 2021. Aquarius, these energies here are just so loud. Okay, Aquarius has got a couple cards here. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 6. 6 is your number. You also have 9 and 3. 9 and 3, you have the Ace of Swords reversed. You have the Love card in reverse, as well as the Queen of Discs in reverse. A lot of you feel a lot. This is actually very interesting because there's just so much at once that you're very disappointed and you feel like the world is very cruel right now. But a lot of you are coming into a lot of wealth. And it's not because of, it just feels like it came from a circumstance that did not work out. But in the end, it worked well for your finances. Your finances are going to kind of find a point where you realize, it's not even about realization. I just think that a lot of you are worried about your finances, and it's because of the way the world is. I think a lot of you feel like people are very cruel to you. People don't treat you the way that you need to be treated, especially in regards to love. I think a lot of you are very disappointed in your love situation, so it's just making you question whether or not you want to even continue dating or even seeing anybody for right now. This is kind of blending into the opportunities that you might be denying opportunities because of the fact that, the people that you have been working with just have not been doing it for you. And I think a lot of you are kind of coming into the terms of being that magician for yourself. A lot of you are holding back and keeping to yourself, and I think it's for good reason, because people have taken advantage of you, especially financially. People have been very odd. You have a lot of odd numbers here, so odd is definitely the word for it. You're just so tired. I think your swords are up. You're ready to defend yourself, and at this point, money talks. So get the ball rolling. That's how I feel about Aquarius. Aquariuses are going through a lot, especially with all this energy going around with the world and humanity. The money may come in. It's just a matter of, damn, right? Like, it didn't have to be that way. So let's get into Pisces. The Pisces. Is Pisces next? Yes. Pisces. Let's see what's going on for my Pisces. Pisces are upset. Yeah. There's a lot of 3s here. Pisces are coming to terms with their indulgence and how they just have not been given, people have just not been very good with Pisces, and I think a lot of Pisces are now realizing that it's time to, I don't want to say dominion, it just feels like a lot of Pisces are in a very controlled environment. And because of that, they've learned a lot of virtue as far as what addictions they might have been dealing with that they just need to stop doing them, because it's not doing anything for you other than, I think, attracting people who are willing to, indulge in the same way as you do to yourself. So the way that people take advantage of you, you might be taking advantage of your own self and the virtue that you're getting from this realization, because this is something that you have already realized is I think a lot of you are working out of your solar and sacral chakras. So that might be time to, it might be time to understand that creativity and just understanding your confidence is going to really help you as far as letting go of these feelings of indulgence, these feelings of indolence. I think that this is a lot of gluttony. So make sure that you're not eating more than you should be, or drinking more than you should be, or just doing something more than you should be doing it, because it's affecting your career, it's affecting your finances, it's affecting how people, are treating you. It just feels like now is not the time to say too much. Now is not the time to do too much. It's just a matter of you take a step back. And with that step back, you're going to realize a lot of people around you are just not it. And because they're not it, your energy is being affected by it. And it feels like a lot of you are interested in trying something new, or being around new people, or just surrounding yourself with in an environment where you feel whole. Or if not around people, I think you're creating that for yourself. So yeah, let's get into Aries. Aries has the Power card. Aries has power, the Moon in reverse, gain. You also have the Prince of Swords, ruin, and the Knight of Discs. You also have 6 cards. I think Pisces only had 3. Pisces only had 3 cards. Aquarius had 6 also. You also have the Fortune card underneath that. So Aries are coming into a lot of fortune. They're coming into this idea about themselves that I can't be in my feelings. That's what it is. I think a lot of you are realizing how your feelings, your emotions have just been a burden on you doing certain things because people do them. I think a lot of people do things immorally, and you've started to realize how immoral people are, and it's just not who you are. Because if you were to do those things, I think that what you would get out of that would just not be worth it. It would not be worth it if you were to be someone who was taking advantage of a situation that you knew you shouldn't be taking advantage of. A lot of Aries are understanding that their emotions are why they don't do people the way they do them, and because of it, I think you haven't been this immoral person, which is why that fortune is coming in. I think a lot of people have taken advantage of you and what you're willing to give, and it's forced you, it's brought you down trying to help so many people, and now it's just time for you to kind of not even look at those people anymore. It's just you keep going. This isn't a matter of anything but this is tunnel vision here. This is that tunnel vision. So it's if you're getting distracted, if you're feeling like you need to reach out, if you feel like you have certain things to say, I think it might be time for you to say those things, but don't say too much. Don't say too much, because the people that you're sharing with might not have your interests, your best interests at heart here. So let's get into who's after Aries. Taurus. What are we at? 8 minutes. Cool. Taurus. My Tauruses. What's going on for January 2021? Tauruses, although are not happy, are starting to see the light after the darkness. You might have just recently got a new job, or you're just looking for something that's going to be stable for the time being, and I think that you've found that. So that's kind of giving you some form of energy to keep going. I think a lot of you just really need that sunlight. If you can get into the sun, or if it's just a matter of you, finding warmth again. A lot of you need nature to help you feel that motivation, to help you feel successful again. it just, with Tauruses, it seems like a lot of you are not listening to yourself, or you were not at one point. And because you weren't listening to yourself, it's kind of forced you to realize how it's made you kind of unsuccessful as far as following your intuition and gut feeling, instead of asking for advice from people who have nothing to do with, who don't even know what, you know, you're trying to get yourself into. So be careful who you ask advice for. Also, I think a lot of you are understanding how being stingy with yourself is the best thing as far as you finding peace and success, because there's no appreciation as far as the gifts you give people. There's no appreciation as far as being recognized as someone who's skillful. I think a lot of you you were working somewhere that just didn't recognize the benefit of having you, and because you left, you're starting to realize how much they actually needed you, and how much of a skillful person that you are. So this new job is going to bring you a lot of confidence. So Taurus, Gemini. There's something else in here. Okay. Geminis are not accepting defeat. There's no defeat. You got the Lovers card too, so this is for sure. If you're a Gemini watching this, this is for you. Geminis are just not dealing with people who are insensitive. They're just not up for the task as far as dealing with anything that's bringing them down. A lot of them feel defeated, especially in terms of their career, and most likely in love also. A lot of them are just ready to start this new beginning, ready to get the ball rolling. And this is you got 6 here too. I wonder what's on the bottom of this deck. The bottom of this deck is the moon reversed. So a lot of you are just kind of wiping the slate clean in your head and realizing that, things happen. I'm over it. Let's just move on. Especially with this let's just move on, I think a lot of you are ready to either start dating or meet new people, start networking. A lot of you just feel like you're done with everything from the past. Nobody can come with you on this journey. And if you do select a few people, it's just somebody who makes you happy, somebody who makes you feel like I can do this, somebody who's motivating you in a way where I want to give to this person because they give to me. Geminis are just ready to find people who are reciprocating of their energy. A lot of people are misunderstood. A lot of Geminis are misunderstood, especially when it comes to how they make their money. And that's really not for somebody to know. It's just a matter of, do you need this or not? Whatever that might mean. I think a lot of you feel imbalanced. There might be a heavy emphasis on the top energy here, but you need to work on your lower body. Your lower body needs a little bit more grease. Like you need what's that one? Well, W150, whatever it is, right? But the door is kind of creaking, so you need to add a little bit more grease on there, especially on your lower body. Your lower body is really begging for you to kind of work with it or stretch. You might need to stretch more. Gemini so far, I think it's not too bad. Let's see here. Who's after Gemini? Taurus, Gemini. Cancer? I think Cancer. If it's not, I'm sorry. Cancer. That's way too much. Cancers are ready. Cancers are ready to hear it. They want to know. Thank you for going a little easier. I think Aquarius got the same card too. What this card means for me is that alchemy. A lot of you are transmuting a lot of dark energy into light, into colors, into something way better. A lot of you are in a place of readjustment. You don't feel like you have control over this new beginning for sure. A lot of you are just not as emotional as you used to be, and I think it's calling for you to really change how you see and view people because of your emotions. Your emotions might directly affect how you view people, and it might not necessarily be the truth. So especially when it comes to opportunities, I think a lot of you are not open to this change because you feel like you have no control over it. And because you feel like you have no control over it, the adjustment is going to bring in a tower moment for you, because what you think you want versus what you're actually about to get is nothing like. It's not even close. So I think a lot of you feel like you're being bullied into this new beginning, but this new beginning is going to force you to realize that your emotions are lying to you. Sometimes your emotions make you see things that are not actually there, especially when it comes to people, places, and things. You really need to get out of this idea that you're into. I think a lot of you are kind of confusing your ego with your intuition, and your ego is telling you that these people don't, this isn't what you want. But in reality, I think your intuition is telling you it's what you need. It's what you need. It's time to kind of get out of your feelings. It's time to understand that the darkness that you're going through right now is because you're not accepting of reality. And because this reality is not being accepted, it's going to force a tower moment in your life. So let's see what's on the bottom of this. Everyone's getting 6 cards. So the universe is on the bottom of this. You're working with Saturn right now. Saturn is kind of whipping you into shape, honey. You might also be working out. Working out might be something. There's a lot of blue here, so your throat chakra. You might want to work with your throat chakra. So let's get into Leos. Oh, what is this? Queen of Cups reversed and the Fool. I'm going to take this for Leo. Leos are... Everyone's just not interested in feelings right now. Everyone's not interested in, being moved in a way where it's an emotional response. I just think a lot of people want it to be this, there, and that. It's a matter of, especially with Leos, I think they're just ready to start this new beginning, and it's not even personal. I think a lot of you feel like you need to, be very impersonal, especially in terms of the people who want you. It's just not the time for that. It's really just not the time for that. You got the Princess of Cups here. So with that Queen of Cups in reverse and that Princess of Cups, you could feel like the only thing you have time for is, compliments. The only thing that you have time for right now is people telling you what it is. I think a lot of you are more focused again on the coin. You're more focused on really, being this single person, being this person who just is ready to conquer the world by all means. I think a lot of you are done talking. A lot of you are just ready to get the ball rolling. There's 3 aces here. 1 is in reverse. But with that Empress and the Fool card here, you got a lot going on. But it's good. It's good. And I think the need for you to cut the shit out is really what's helping you move into this new beginning. There could be a new job here. There could be a new interest, probably a love interest, or you just finding the motivation to do things again. 6, 7, 8. You got the number 8 here, and on the bottom of that you have the Abundance card. So whatever you're doing, Leo, it is working, honey. It's working. So if you're cutting the people off, if you're done talking, if you're just not interested in, bullshit. It's funny, the Bull is actually right here too, so you could be dealing with the Taurus, but it's just no mas. I think a lot of you are over it. And when this new beginning comes, because there's 3 new beginnings here, you could be finding a new beginning as far as where your health is. I think a lot of you are regenerating your cells. A lot of you are helping yourself become more healthy. There's a new job here on the horizon, or maybe a new experience, a new opportunity, something that you can actually really enjoy. There's also there's a sexual need here. Maybe you're feeling like you want to be more open to sex, or wanting to be more open to just seeing people. But if that's not the case, I think a lot of you are just refining your motivation to kind of continue to be single. So let's get into what's after Leo. August, September, Virgo? Leo, Virgo? I hope. I suck at this. Leo, Virgo. So Virgos. Let's see what's going on with the Virgos. Virgos. Oh no. Virgos feel like they've just... It doesn't feel like you're an actual failure, but you guys might be bullying yourself to feel like you're a failure, or you're not seeing where you've been, you know, blessed with wealth. There's this imbalance as far as you're either up here or you're down here. Like, there's no in between, so you kind of have to find that in between within your life, because a lot of you are not being honest with, you know, what you want and what you're willing to do for that. I think you have an idea about what you want, but in reality, the opportunity might not be there. I think because the opportunity isn't there, you're very worried about whether or not it's capable of happening, or if there's even a possibility of that happening. A lot of you feel stuck in the situation that you're in right now, especially when it comes to money, because you kind of need the financial support. You need to, you know, be able to have everything taken care of and not worry about, you know, not worry about being in lack. I think a lot of you feel defeated, and I feel like a lot of you just feel like the world is being very cruel to you right now, especially I think if you're a woman. I don't know why, but I think a lot of you are going through, it's just going downhill, and my cards have not been sliding at all this entire time, so a lot of you feel like you're going downhill. If there is a new beginning coming towards you, what I will say though is you guys really have to cleanse your spirit. You really need to find that gratitude again. That gratitude is what's going to help you understand that nothing is perfect, things are working in your favor, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. That's just going to have to be something that you really understand for yourself. So what can you do today? That's the question for Virgo. What can I do today? It's not what's going to work for next week. It's not what's going to happen in a month or two. It's what can I do today? Start short. That's really it. So after Virgo, Libra? I think so. Libras also got the Fool card, but you also have the Death card here. Let's see, the Devil in reverse. So Libras are coming into, it feels like a tower, honestly. It just feels like so many things have come to an end that you're just done with the toxicity. You're done with, you know, not being happy. You're done with just, you're tired. It feels like whatever is going on here, a lot of you are just done fighting. A lot of you are just done fighting, and it's just taking a toll on you right now, and you're just ready to start completely new, start completely fresh. It's just, Libras are not, there's no motivation to continue, but a lot of you are, you know, being forced to communicate the things that you need. Maybe you're going into therapy. Maybe you're thinking about therapy. Yeah, you're just ready to kind of open up more as far as your emotions go. And you're learning that a lot of Libras want to say a lot, but they don't say enough. And that could be a part of the reason why this new beginning is going to force you to understand that you can't hold back. This feels more so to do with love than anything. I don't know why, but I get the sense that your love life is affecting your career, because a lot of you are just not happy. You feel like it shouldn't be coming between your career, but it is, because your emotions are in it, and you live, you know, if your emotions are all the way down here, but your work ethic is right here, there's just, you're gonna have to find a little more room to give yourself to kind of come back up with that emotion, because there is an opportunity that is going to present itself that's going to require you to, you know, be very honest, be very vulnerable, be very willing. So yeah, for sure. Let's see who's after Libra. Libra, Scorpio. Scorpios. Oh, you got the Gain card in the reverse and the Power in the reverse. Scorpios are learning virtuity. And with that being said, this virtuous side to them, I think, is what's going to create this gain. A lot of Scorpios are learning that the way they deal with people is why their money is being affected. Yeah, you're it's like if you own a business, you're not speaking to your clients well, or you're just not very expressive, or you don't update people when you need help, or like there's just this lack of communication that you're struggling with, which is why the virtuous card is coming out, because you're understanding that you're putting more an emphasis on pleasure than actual work ethic. You're not going to be happy doing the work sometimes, so you really have to understand how that's what's making you, lose money, or you're not gaining anything because you're just not expressive enough. You're not as, peppy, or you're just not there. You're not completely there yet, because you want to feel something instead of actually working towards getting that feeling. You want people to give instead of you get, or, you give. So let's see if there's one more card, because I do feel like there is. Yeah, she's loud too. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, you guys need to watch how you talk to people. How you talk to people is directly affecting your finances. Okay, I'm going to end that right there. Scorpio, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, right? Yeah. Too many. So we're going to put all of you back. I'm going to keep that one, though. Sagittarius are worried. Very worried, because they're dealing with somebody who is not very mature. I think a lot of you are neglecting your health also. And because you're neglecting your health, it's kind of making things worse. Jesus. So a lot of you are really concerned about a love situation, and you feel like you've been mistreated in this love situation. A lot of you are worried, but at the same time you're not. But I think a lot of you feel as if your finances are going to be completely affected by the situation. This could also be, your health. You might need to go get tested. You might need to really understand that it feels like your lack of decision making is the reason why you're so worried, because there's no follow-up, or there's no follow-through. And because there's no follow-through, you feel like people are mistreating you, but it's just a matter of, you're not even showing up. So how do you expect people to care? Or you feel like people don't care enough to show up for you in your life. You just feel like you have to do everything by yourself, and you're ready to kind of make a decision, especially in terms of a relationship or a job or a position. Something is just not working for you anymore, and you're done with it. Yeah. Good luck to the Sagittarius, as that was a lot. Sagittarius, Capricorn. El Capitan. I love Capricorns. I'm a cat stallion, so you already know what it is. So, Capricorns. Oh, my babies. Capricorn's eyes are being open to the bullshit. You're seeing how it's disgusting to be where you're at, because how could you even not even be aware of all of this disgustingness? And I think you're just so disappointed, and you feel like you're just a failure because of it, when in reality, this happened to kind of get you to understand that you can't stay where you're at. You can't stay where you're at. It's not helping you. My stomach is growling, so I do apologize if you heard that. It just feels like a lot of you are exhausted. You feel tired. You feel like there's just so much, and you've been doing so much already. So it's like, I don't know what to do but to sit here. And because you feel like you just need to sit here right now, that's okay. I don't think you have much to do right now except feel the things that you're feeling, because this lesson is the last one for you. This lesson is going to teach you for, it's been already taught to you. So I think you've begun to master these emotions, but now you're so furious. This feels like fury, because you've been taken advantage of, and now you're in a place where you're stuck. You're stuck, and you're ready to get out. A lot of you are not happy at all, because a lot of you are starting to realize that even if you're nice, if you're upfront, if you're honest, it doesn't bring you anything. It doesn't bring you anything. I think people see you as this, giant who, you can't really disrespect for real, but in reality, a lot of people disrespect your time. It's your time that's being disrespected, and I think now you're starting to realize, I'm done talking. I'm done talking, I'm done sharing, I'm done doing the things that, people think they need from me, because I'm only worried about myself right now. So I'm going to end that right there. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. This was just a quick little catch up, whatever you needed kind of thing. I haven't really been too much into lovey-dovey stuff, so maybe in a couple months, but it's just not it for me. I think my main focus is career, and I think I do really well with career readings. So if you would like a personal reading, my name is Bahita Abdallah. You can catch me at lolahoneyaroma.com. Have an amazing day.